And now, on with the show.
What's up?
Hello.
Woo, we're here. We are joined in studio by Trial by Stone. And do you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves? Tell everybody who you are.
My name is Buck. I play guitar and I sing. Singing.
Hi, I'm Steve. I play bass and I kind of sort of sing.
You do some
a bit,
singing. You singing.
I guess.
Something.
Sing, screaming, whatever.
Singer.
I yell.
Okay.
I'm Colton. I play drums.
Nice. And who are we missing?
Rothenberg can't be here, our trombone player, and Zach can't be here as well, our other trombone player. The 2 6'5" guys that play horns.
Horn sections, they're always busy.
6'5".
Of course, one of them has an excuse. He lives a long way away.
Right.
Yeah. Zach lives in Central Florida, so
Jesus Christ.
a bit of a commute.
Yeah, that's holy shit. Wow.
Dedication.
That is. That's what I was about to say. That's
Well,
wow.
is it? He's at some shows.
Yeah, right.
At some.
Roth pulls single duty a lot, but
Huh.
it's he's badass enough that he can do it though. So
Hell yeah. We already have comments real quick. So first up, we have Robert. He says, "Hey y'all."
Hey.
Y'all.
what's up, Robert?
Hey, you.
What's up? Then we have Samantha. What's up, party people?
Hey, that's right.
That's right.
Robert
love the party.
commented again. So y'all are looking great. Thanks. Hair swish.
Right.
Thanks.
Feeling great.
Woke
And
up like this.
Feeling great, Robert.
Feeling good. Feeling good. So before we get started, we do, as always, we want to know what everybody's drinking. And you kind of can't really see, I don't think. Y'all can't see what everybody's drinking. But we'll start with our guests. What do y'all have?
High quality local water.
Is it local though? Is this locally sourced?
Probably.
Well, it is Florida. So
It's probably sourced in Florida
Yeah,
and then
those-
owned by somebody
That's
in not Florida.
those bastards are
Yeah.
definitely stealing our
It's Nestle. Yeah.
It's Nestle.
And the old Blue Ribbon PBR
Can't go wrong.
just got me through many a night.
Isn't the blue ribbon like the consolation prize?
Oh, Blue Ribbon's first prize.
Is it first prize?
You ever been to a fair?
Are fairs still a thing? I don't know.
My pig just took first prize in the livestock competition.
Well, but they say first prize.
Blue
They don't
ribbon.
say blue ribbon.
Actually, yeah, they do.
Oh well,
Yeah.
hell, I don't know.
Yeah,
Want
they
to do
do.
no harm, Colin?
Which, not drinking blue ribbon, drinking Highline,
Yes.
Florida
That's good
Delight. Yeah,
I've never had that.
Oh, it's good. It's like grapefruit IPA.
Straight from Tampa.
Yeah,
okay.
Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are
Cigar
really
City
Might have to
Brewing.
try that.
Not a sponsor yet.
I mean, hey, Trial by Stone is
Yeah.
looking, so I mean,
Give us a call. Give them a call.
yeah, for sure. I mean, do something. Jeremy, what about you? What you got?
Usual vodka and cran. That's my diet. It's a vitamin. It's a vitamin at this point.
It's a vitamin.
Yeah.
Is that just what you're telling yourself, or
Pretty much.
okay, gotcha.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah, right.
Vitamin B and C.
He's taking care of his kidneys.
You gotta take care of the
Gotta
vitamin
flush
D.
them out.
I mean, if you damage them and heal them, it cancels out. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
a very good
forever-
point.
I'm
That's how
forever
that works.
sober for it.
Yeah, forever sober.
I'm
Exactly
a
right.
much better dancer.
That man can dance. I saw it.
That's right.
It's like,
True
damn.
story. What about you, Rob? What you got? You got a lot of little
Oh
bottles.
yeah,
over
I
there.
got a couple things going on here. Friday night, turn up. Got some Johnny Walker Red Label Scotch whiskey, which I'm trying for the very first time. Loving it. Have some little thing of Jim Beam Red Stag Black Cherry Bourbon that I'll be getting into today. Beer shooter, and yeah. Good
That's
times.
awesome. So Mountain Dew, FYI, this is every single time we have a podcast, I have the Black Cherry Kickstart, so I'm gonna need that. I know, it's such a shock. Nobody would have guessed what I was drinking tonight. It was either, y'all probably would be shocked, honestly, if I'd like walked up with a beer in my hand.
Actually, yes, I would be.
Yeah, at this point, I think everybody would be.
The opposite, though.
Sometimes I like to shock my liver and give it something a little different, you know?
Hey!
Yeah, right? It's like, whoa, what the fuck was that?
Just saying, where's the Jaeger?
I shock mine every once in a while with a glass of water.
Well, we have Jeff.
Yeah.
Saying, where's the Jaeger?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I left that shit at the house.
I might have some at the other bar. I don't know. I gotta look.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, last time I was over, yes, you did.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did
I got a
too.
bunch of shit over there. Real quick, I gotta talk to our chat people here. All right, so as always, let me know how audio's going, and just tell me in the chats. Let me know how everything looked, how everything's going. If we fall off the map, you let me know. Appreciate it.
Woo woo, PSA.
Wait, there's a map?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, I already fucked up, damn it.
I wasn't great at geography.
Did you get a map?
I had enough trouble getting us here.
That's what I put that big sign out there for.
Hey, that's a big sign. That was very helpful.
Yeah.
I still had to stop and be like, are we in the right place?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
yes, you are.
You are here.
Need some lights.
I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
say that. You can
Then
put a light
Alexa was
up.
like,
Yep.
go another half mile.
Right, yeah.
In addition to everything else you've done.
Yeah, because the GPS will dump you off in a neighbor's yard.
Yeah, well.
I had a drive-in movie theater here for a while, and like 25 people turned around in dude's yard, and he was like, "Man, you gotta do something about this." I said, "All right, then, well, big ass sign."
That works.
GPS got us to the sign, and Buck was like, there's the sign.
There it is.
And I was like,
Oh,
okay,
another
That's
half
the
mile.
sign.
I'm not going to argue because I get lost with GPS all the time. I get lost in my own museum.
So,
Is that an Indiana Jones reference?
Ah, you got it. Big
So-
Marcus Brody fan.
Yeah.
okay, we got another comment. Robert, he says, man, so far the sound is great and there's been no interruptions in the feed.
Good.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Milestone Smith
Everyone
said.
but Jeremy. Womp womp.
Cheers
Everyone
to
but
the internet.
Jeremy.
Well, you know, we're doing what we can.
So, for those of you that don't know, actually, I don't know if I know that you had mentioned that you watched, what was it, Wednesday's last one.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had Dustin from This Dying Breed on. And for those who are tuning into this one that don't know, 2 minutes before we go live, internet's out. And we were like, oh, shit. So, we started Googling. It said there was an outage. And we were like, oh, my God. Like, are you kidding me? So I called stupid fucking Susie, the automated bot chick that doesn't understand what representative means. Talked to her, finally talked to a lady. We got it figured out. But yeah, so you guys are the real MVPs for sticking around. So shout out to chat for hanging in there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, to what, 8:15, 8:30 sometime? we
Yep.
was
Yeah.
It's damn near 8:30.
I'm unplugging and plugging shit in. She's talking to people on the phone at MediaCom, and I'm just like, come on, man.
Yeah. And she's like, well, I see that you're getting internet. I'm like, obviously we're not. So fix your shit.
It's just like with music, you know, it's that old adage that if anything can go wrong, it will.
Oh, it
Oh,
will.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
The more cables and technological
Yep,
bit
tripping over
bobs and
stuff.
bing bangs you got going, they're going to fail.
Unplugging, yeah.
Every time. What we got? I see you hovering. What we got?
Oh, no, it's just kind of the mouse doing its thing.
I like the camera work as well.
Good deal.
Cameras are working
Awesome.
out.
Awesome. And then, of course, we have
Same
videos
thing.
way better today. Love you guys. Oh, thanks. Awesome. So I do have a couple. I do have a couple things that I found in the news, but I know, Rob, you said you had one.
Yeah. There is a movie coming out about Elvis.
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
something about that.
I don't have the release date in front of me. I don't even remember the name of the guy that plays Elvis. I remember Tom Hanks
Isn't
is in
it?
it.
Yep.
Tom Hanks plays his manager.
Oh, that's going to be great. 'Cause
Yes.
This manager was just a famous
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man,
douchebag. I don't know.
I'm kind of disappointed. I want to see Tom Hanks as fucking Elvis.
What was his name?
yeah, I know, right?
What was he, the governor?
It has to be
I think
Elvis
so.
on the
Is that what it
toilet
was?
I think so.
dying at Tom Hanks' age.
Was it the governor? Was it like the colonel?
The
Something like
colonel.
that.
Colonel,
Yeah.
the colonel.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't remember his name was Colonel. Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember the release date, but I'm a huge fucking Tom Hanks fan as
Yeah.
it is. Honestly, I probably wouldn't be all that excited about the movie if Tom Hanks wasn't in it. But yeah, definitely look forward to it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I mean, like I just remember reading the other day how towards the end of Elvis's life, when he was touring a lot before he died, he was traveling with something like 4 suitcases of different prescription narcotics.
Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
every drug you could think of. He just had like suitcases on the road with him. Can you imagine?
That's fucking
Well,
crazy.
I mean, of course he died in his 40s.
Of
Yeah.
course he did.
Yeah, I didn't realize how we went to Graceland a little while ago. I didn't realize how young he was. Like Elvis was still just basically a giant kid.
Yeah, wasn't
Yeah.
he like
Like he was
43?
just fucking having fun, just
Oh yeah.
riding motorcycles. He was like an honorary sheriff,
Honorary
honorary
black
county and
belt,
shit.
yeah. Like when he met the president
Yeah.
and like made him like an FBI
That
agent.
is a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really fucking happened.
Nixon's
Who-
like, sure, you're
who
the FBI.
can
now.
roll up at the White House completely unannounced, roll up and say, "Hey, I want to be a FBI agent,
Yeah.
Yeah.
honorary
Only the
FBI
king.
agent." Yeah.
Yeah, you have a very good point. So I know that in a past episode we actually talked about the new Hulu series, Tommy and Pam, Pam and Tommy, whatever it was. So it actually came out. So John Corabi, who actually fronted the band from 92 to 96, he came out and basically said that 98% of that was bullshit.
Mhm.
Everything about it, he said it was pretty much a crock of shit. He went on Twitter, he said, okay, just my opinion here on something that's been bugging me. The Tommy and Pam miniseries on Hulu is so full of bullshit, it's ridiculous. I can honestly say about 98% of it is a fictional take on Tommy and Pam's life is criminal.
It's a movie. Yeah.
It's a miniseries,
Adjusted
yeah.
for Hollywood.
Movie series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other
Yeah.
movie was much better.
Well, the
Oh,
whole
I agree.
the whole point is to watch the
I
talking
haven't
women, right?
seen
Yeah,
that.
that's the whole point.
I haven't seen it yet, but my girlfriend
Oh my
watched
God.
it like yesterday,
I
and
was-
she's like blowing my phone up. Like, you have to watch it. His dick talks to him, and it's like the whole screen.
Yes, yes. It like moves and tries to look at him the whole nine. It's a little.
Wait,
It's a little weird.
you guys don't? Is that,
Say what?
is that a thing that's not? You guys don't? Is that a thing that's not supposed to happen?
No, I'm over here keeping my
Talking
mouth shut
penises?
because I was like, I'm right there with you. I was like, oh fuck, man.
I
I
mean-
guess I should tell mine to shut the fuck up then.
I thought it didn't, but maybe I'm just not paying attention.
Although there comes a time when there was time to perform, and it's like, all right, come on, I need you to work with me here.
Let's have a chat.
We need to talk about it.
Sometimes you wish you'd talk back.
Right now.
Well, the conversation is it was only him and Pam were only together for a little bit, and he was telling his penis like, "Hey, she's the one, man." And he's like, "Come on, don't do this again." What about the other girl? He's like, "That wasn't real," and he's having this whole conversation about how Pam was the one.
What about Heather Locklear, man?
Yeah, that's what he
You'd think
said.
that
He
his
was like,
penis
"What
would be
about
like,
everything about Heather?"
this is what a relief. I finally get to have a vacation.
Right.
Like, I was always going to work.
Yeah, so I'm kind of disappointed that 98% of that I've watched so far is not exactly how it went down because it is pretty fucking funny. I sat through it and I skipped a couple parts because I was like, I don't care. I already know this part.
So what they're saying is that the only true part of the series is that there was a movie.
Basically.
That's basically the only true part, right?
according to
Yeah.
according to John, yeah.
So wait, they're saying that the talking to his dick is fictional too?
No, they said that was true because Tommy did write about that in his memoir. Yeah,
I remember.
It's a cited.
yeah,
Right.
yes, it is. That part was a cited thing because Tommy said that he was in this drug-induced haze, and
I believe it. I believe
yeah,
That sounds like
so
some Steve-O shit, by the
it
way.
really does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Sounds
the
like some
same
shit that he would do.
It really does. Also, Paul McCartney is actually returning to the stage in 2022. So, for anybody who's a big Paul McCartney fan, he is going to go on tour. Starts on April 28th. First ever show is going to be in Washington. It's going to run through June, and the finale is going to end in New Jersey. So, for anybody who wants to go see Paul McCartney, I mean, have at it, I guess.
Sure.
Now you can.
If I have
Also-
a spare $300 to go
Right.
see that show,
Right.
maybe I will.
What's he like $100 now or something?
Oh, shut up. He's amazing. He's
Yeah,
fucking
no.
immortal, dude.
Right, and the
The guy can play a guitar in a cigar box.
Yeah.
that new Beatles special that came out where they like restored all the color and shit, and it's basically just the four of them sitting around in a sound studio recording. And if you haven't seen it, it's fucking dope.
I don't know about this.
And
Yeah.
he's kind of like kind of driving like, hey, what about these harmonies? What about these melodies? So it was actually pretty dope watching him.
I totally believe
because
that he
John
was
gets
the-
all the credit and shit,
Yeah.
and George get all the credit, but like watching him kind of be like,
I've always thought that Paul was the driving force musically. Like he was probably the guy who always had riffs, and
I walked away with a newfound respect for him.
Yeah.
Watching, it was cool, like watching the songwriting process with him. Of course, Yoko Ono's up John's ass the whole time.
Of
Lord.
course.
Yeah.
It's just the four of them and then her right up John. It's like, go away, they're fucking writing music, man.
About that.
We've had stories, not about Yoko Ono,
But in general, yeah.
about significant others
Yeah.
being maybe a little too close to the process.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah,
for sure.
It will fucking happen.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I actually picked this one out specifically for you, Rob. Metallica is actually raising charitable donations by offering 2022 Battle Rock Trip. So they are basically saying, hey, if you, the goal basically says the goal for Metallica is to raise donations for all, they're all within my hands charitable foundation. And with the donation made, you are then automatically entered to win a prize package that includes 2 3-day VIP passes to Battle Rock, May 27th to the 29th. Access to the VIP Village featuring premium bars, comfy seats, shade, culinary treats, live acoustic performances, and VIP-only restrooms. Expanded viewing of the viewing decks at the main and second stages, as well as up-close prime viewing areas at each stage, and plenty more.
One thing I just want to comment on that real quick. their charity, All Within My Hand, it is run by the band.
Yes, it
cool.
is.
They were supporting Make-A-Wish Foundation for many, many years.
Mhm.
And I guess I don't remember the exact politics of it, but some shit had went on within the organization, and they said, "All right, we don't want to have anything to do with this anymore." So they created their own charitable foundation called All Within My Hands,
Mhm.
and they've been running that for
Yeah.
quite some time. So it's
For
cool
a
to
minute.
hear that they're really still pushing it. And oh, hey, by the way, here's a little spiff
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool, but I saw Metallica, and of course I had to say something about it, because it's you.
You know, I was going to try not to bring them up for once.
You know I'm going to, no matter what, because it's you.
Yeah.
I kind of
So-
want to hear more about the acoustic
That's
performances
what I was-
Yeah, I know.
in the
say.
private bathroom.
Yeah.
You know?
Metallica
That's a
acoustic.
hell of a bathroom right there.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
That was one of the
private
one part
bathroom
of the
acoustic
prize.
performances.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Wait, you mean acoustic performance in the bathroom?
Yeah, right.
They're like, dude, you can take a shit and we will stand around you and play Enter Sandman acoustic. I don't know. Like, that's outrageous.
Great acoustics.
There you
Speaking
go.
of Metallica,
Right.
Colton, that's your band. Those are your
fuck
boys.
yeah, man. Sweet.
I mean, we all love them, but there you go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
You
playing
really
music
love 'em.
without that band, for sure.
Oh, yeah, big influence?
Oh yeah. I was listening to them when I was still like in elementary school or something. My dad had all the tapes and stuff like that,
Nice.
so we put those on. And, yeah.
Probably in the
Yeah.
womb, really.
Yeah. I was probably playing around.
Nice.
Walls, yeah.
I think my most favorite Metallica memory that I have as a kid, I was in 7th grade, and they came out with the Garage Inc. box set where you get the DVDs and the
Oh,
interviews
yes.
and the music
Yeah.
and the
Oh,
stencil and the stickers and the book and all that. Well, I bought it for my mom because my mom she told me since I was itty bitty that James Hetfield was my stepdad. So which is really funny because she's a lesbian. So that, yeah, it didn't click
That's
as a
the
kid
step,
until later.
yeah.
But yeah, so I actually went to school and told all my friends, like, yeah, James Hetfield's my stepdad. So
Fuck yeah.
my teacher called my
Oh,
mom
yeah.
and was like, you do realize she's saying
said-
this, right? And my mom's like, look, I wasn't being serious. And I got all upset because I really thought he was my stepdad.
Oh, no.
He was always touring, which is why he was never home. It's a whole story. So he went to get the milk and never came back. So basically, I
I mean, he
bought.
went and got cigarettes and
Yeah,
everything.
there you go. So basically, I bought my mom this box set, and I was born April 10th, 1986, right? So I get this box set. My mom has told me this certain story since I was a kid. And she pops in the DVD. She's so excited. She's like, let's watch some Metallica interviews. And I'm like, okay. So we watch it, and they're like, yeah, so favorite performance. And they're like, April 10th, 1986. And I got the death look from my mom. It was because she had tickets to go, and I was born early.
Oh.
So because of that, she could not go to the Metallica show because of me, and I, to this day, do not live it down.
Why are you going to be so selfish?
I know. I mean, it's all about me, man.
By wanting to be alive,
You
yeah.
did. You did.
Well,
get to
let me
see them
live.
at
Yep.
Rockville.
Yeah. So I did go to Rockville. That was really fun. And Metallica, of course, headlined 2 nights. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So there's a lot of bands. So speaking of bands, like what, I know you had mentioned Metallica was your biggest influence. What about you guys? What was your guys' influence?
The Descendants.
Steve pretty much lives in that Descendants shirt.
I get so much shit from Colton. He's always like, change your shirt. It's like, I wash it. I just happen to have 2 Descendant shirts.
Attached to your body is what's going on.
Yeah, it's at this. I'm actually not wearing a shirt. This is just my
really
chest
good
tattoo.
crusted.
Yeah.
That's a really awesome tattoo.
Right?
I know, right? It's so shirt-like.
Yeah.
The black gradient is so consistent.
It's really rich and slightly faded blacks, almost like it was made of cotton. But no, it's flesh.
Yeah.
What about
I know a guy. You know.
Kind of like the same thing. Just grew up in the punk rock scene. Just
Yeah.
you know, listen like skating with my buddies and like getting to hang out with like his older brother and then showing us bands like No Use for a Name and Lagwagon and No Effects and stuff like that.
I
And,
love No Effects.
but then like a lot of Jamaican traditional music, traditional reggae, of course Bob Marley, but I mean, Jacob Miller, Scatolites,
Yeah.
I like a healthy mix of both of them.
I gotcha.
Got some hip hop in there, definitely some Wu-Tang Clan for sure.
Yes.
Love Wu-Tang Clan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that if you say you're a fan of hip hop and you're like, I don't like Wu-Tang Clan, then you're not.
Get the fuck out of here.
That part.
Has anybody said that?
I have met some people
Really?
that have said they did not like Wu-Tang Clan. They're like, oh my God, I love hip hop. But I'm like, oh, so you, and I started listing off like a bunch of, artists. I'm like, NWA. They're like, yeah, I love NWA. I'm like, Wu-Tang Clan. They're like, no. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not talking anymore.
Well, there's the like never heard of it, and then there's the like heard it, hate it.
Oh, she was heard it, hate it.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, she was not normal.
How dare she?
I'm pretty sure she's an alien.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's my only thing I can think of.
Like Canadian?
Probably.
Oh.
So let me ask you guys this. So whenever you guys started playing instruments, how old were you and what made you want to start playing?
Started playing guitar when I was about 12. My dad played guitar. My dad was a badass guitar player. But he was like really into jazz guitar though.
Okay.
So like he'd want me to like sit correctly and have
Right.
posture and like, Dad, I want to play Nirvana songs. Like,
Right.
do you know what a power chord is? Do you know any chords that don't involve every single finger?
So you're basically
Oh,
making
gosh.
your dad just kind of.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was trying to
Look,
get
like-
you to overachieve in the first
Right.
shapes. Yeah.
but like he like showed me some like some Venture tunes and like some old like 50s like rock and roll tunes and stuff. So
Nice.
so that was dope.
That's where it's at.
You got to you
I
got
mean-
to go to school and like be involved in school bands and stuff. Didn't you?
Well, eventually, I mean, I got into music. So when I was 13, we moved to Japan, and I was already I was in like in between 7th and 8th grade, and was really into Nirvana was kind of the thing that was happening, the whole grunge thing, and I was listening to the music, but when we moved, we didn't have like TV. And my dad had these 2 acoustics, and both of my parents were non-musical 100%.
Really?
Couldn't carry a tune in a bucket, especially my dad. And I really wanted to do this. And fortunately, not having TV, not having the distractions, I just started banging these songs out. And then the kids that I met happened to be really into the same stuff. And the base that we went to high school on had this teen center with like a really rudimentary, setup, but it was guitars and amps and a drum kit, and they bought the cheapest shit they could find because they knew that a bunch of 13-year-olds were going to destroy it. But that was what really was my doorway. And, all of the like-minded kids of our age, and this isn't like, not to date myself, but like 1994. Yeah, I mean, we were banging out these tunes on this crappy equipment, and it's just like I fell in love with it from there. So
That's pretty cool. What made you start playing drums?
I started out as a guitar player.
You still play guitar?
Yeah, well, yeah, I still play guitar, but yeah, we bought a drum kit for my brother. I took a bunch of lessons from Jeff Davis. Was a good buddy.
Oh, yeah, Jeff's great.
Jeff's the
that's
man.
yeah.
gotta love you some Jeff Davis.
Yeah.
Every instrument.
Yeah,
He's the
he's
nicest
local
fucking,
teacher.
nicest fucking guy ever.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah.
Didn't he
and
took lessons from Josh? Yeah.
We bought a drum kit for my brother. My brother and I started jamming a lot together. We played like a local talent show together at our school. And I don't know, I just hopped on the drums one day, and I just really liked it and started listening to music.
Nice.
Or on earphones while I'm playing the drums and all that. And I don't know. Yeah, eventually I got really good at it. Started playing in bands.
Nice.
And I decided I was gonna take that up and kind of guitar, kind of push that to the side a bit. But,
Right.
Yeah. So.
That's pretty cool. One of my friends growing up, they actually got their kid a drum set, and they sent letters to the neighbors with like a bottle of liquor.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
so sorry.
You say I'm sorry ahead of time.
Yeah, basically. So
Right.
he was in the garage, and he would just go ham on the drums, and his parents got to the point that they were like, "Oh my fucking god," the whole time, like driving them insane. So is
Mhm.
that similar with you guys? Like you guys just
I think it is with every musician,
Yeah.
whether it's guitar, bass, drums, whatever, because you're going to suck for years, and your parents are going to be like, "Why did I buy them this thing?" And because they are the ones that bear the burden of hearing the suck, because they have to. It's in the same house,
Right.
It's louder than the TV, it's louder than shutting the door,
right.
So
Yeah, we had a workshop that was like attached to the garage, like attached to the house. My mom would come out, yelling if she was home and everything, and but yeah, I didn't even realize like I'm a left-handed drummer. I didn't realize I was a left-handed drummer until I actually started playing in bands. So,
Oh,
yeah, so
wow.
I kind of had to reconfigure.
oh, you learned righty and then
Yeah, I did,
reconfigured. Oh
Because
wow,
everyone
I
else
didn't
in
know
my
that.
family's right-handed.
Oh,
know?
wow.
Are you left-handed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it is. The sound people don't really like me because
Oh yeah. Reconfigure all the mics
Yeah.
in between.
Yeah. So
Damn, that is crazy. So, we want you guys to be able to hear what you guys are going to get at the barbecue, because you guys are going to be playing at the barbecue March 12th at Warrior on the River.
Yeah, we're stoked.
Oh my God, I'm excited to see you guys live. I've seen y'all live before, but I'm really excited to see you guys. So, you want to give them a sneak peek at what they're going to be getting on
Yeah, we
March
can do
12th?
that. We can do that.
So check out these guys. Yeah.
Spend money I don't have on whiskey I don't need. It's just another ordinary night for me. Playing music with my friends or going to the show is what we like to do, just in case you didn't know. And we don't need your expectations. We know the truth. Your shallow minded limitations of what we heard of you. Now that we know that you know that you know, and now that you know that we know, whoa, whoa. Yeah, your cards are on the table, yeah, you're looking for control. The body is enabled when the mind is unwilling to grow.
When late, it's
Woo!
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was us. I thought you were gonna play like some like other bands from
Oh,
Japan.
Oh, no,
I'm like,
no.
oh shit! Oh, they're gonna play us.
No,
Okay.
this is
And
your
now
show.
some Mephistopheles.
I wanted to ask. I checked you. All right. So first, I thought you guys were on Spotify, and I spent like not all day, but a good bit of the day listening to this band called Trial by Stone, and I thought they were pretty good and everything. I'm like, all right, well, this is good stuff. And she posted the link to your show, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
That's funny that you brought that up. That's why we're kind of doing like a kind of rebranding kind of right now. Because like you said, we used to be on Spotify. We used to be on pretty much any digital platform we could find, and we're not anymore for some reason. And there's another band called Trial by Stone that is. So we're trying to rebrand ourselves as Trial by Stone Rebel Sound System.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're in the process of trying to get back up on all the digital platforms.
Just saying, in my opinion, the Trial by Stone that's like up in Maine, they're not as good as you guys.
No, they're really not.
We've talked with those guys and been like, yo, we've been around for like, at this point, we've been around for like 17 years.
Right.
So it's like,
What'd they say?
they're just like, whatever,
I mean, it happens. Other bands will have your name, and they will show up, and I think that it's more important how you deal with it.
Yeah.
I remember an old band I used to be in called Hope Sick. There was this band in LA called Dope Sick, and they threatened to fucking sue us.
Yep.
And I was like, "What? Fuck you guys. We're gonna just keep doing this. Bring it on."
That part.
There was a Tallahassee band called the Sui Generis.
Oh, I remember those guys. Yeah.
Back in the day, and apparently there was another band called the Sui Generis somewhere else, so they had to rebrand, and then they called themselves the Sui Generis Project.
Right.
Yep. Kind of like what you said, adding on that little tail there.
Yeah, I think you have to make it like 50% different. So it's like Trial by Stones, 3 words, and then Rebel Sounds.
That's 3. That's 100%.
Wait,
I think.
So
if I know math,
I wanted to ask, being the resident whiskey head on the podcast, whiskey and pickles.
Okay,
it's a pickleback, man.
Yeah.
So that came about on tour 10, 12 years ago. We're playing this awesome place in just north of Orlando called the West End Trading Company. And those guys are awesome. They're just fucking pouring shots down our throat the whole night. And it gets to the point where it's like, let's do another shot, guys. And we're just like, I don't fucking think we can do that, guys. Unless you want us puking on your bar. And the bartender's just like, I got you.
Pickle juice.
He just says, I got you.
Yep.
And at the time, I didn't even like pickles.
Right.
Like I was always like growing up, like giving my sister the pickles off my burger and shit.
I
didn't know that.
I hate
Yeah,
pickles.
Dare you?
Right?
I am not a pickle person either. I understand.
And
I would have taken them.
but
I'll take all your pickles. Love them.
throw back some whiskey, gives us a little pickle juice chaser, and she's like, "Wait a second, this is like cheating, man! It's like it didn't even happen."
Well, it is. It's
Okay.
the ultimate chaser because what is pickle juice? It's brine.
Yeah, it's
So
brine.
it's salt. It's salt water.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do any salt water, but it tastes better because pickle juice.
Yeah.
And that's generally what's on hand. Also with the vinegar. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It just made it easier to kill her.
I was curious, like, is this a cocktail that we're talking about?
Oh no, not at the same time.
Gotcha.
No, it's literally just a shot of
And
whiskey
you don't do a good
and a shot of pickle
and you don't
juice.
do a good whiskey.
Right.
And you don't do it with good pickle juice either.
That was
None of it's artisanal.
that was my next question. Like, is
Can I
there
have
like
a craft pickle juice chaser?
right? Like,
You know that jar of
are we
pickle
talking
juice is
bread
top
and
shelf.
butter pickle juice?
Top shelf
Yeah,
pickle
and
juice.
not to mention,
No,
are we talking Jim Beam? Or are we talking, fucking?
No, we're talking plastic bottle,
Yeah.
fucking bottom.
Now
bottom
when we
shelf.
get into the artisanal variant concept, here, where we have a nice 30-year scotch, and then like a 10-minute butter pickle, bread and butter pickle. There's something about that combo.
One really complements the other.
It's so buttery and then smoky.
You can really taste the butter.
The peat,
butter is
the peat mixing with the whatever
Yes.
they put in bread and butter pickle. I don't know.
Yeah.
The sugar.
Okay, so you have a show we know about that is at Barbecue.
Mhm.
So what is next for you guys? What's your
Touring
next?
forever.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, right?
Yes.
Well, we're currently in the process of recording another album.
Yes.
We put about 50 hours into it, and
Damn.
it's pretty close. We're only doing 3 songs, but the way we're trying to do it though is 3 songs into each other, so it'll be a continuous concept album, if you will.
Okay.
And we'll see how it turns out, but in our minds, it's going to be fucking cool. And we're trying to get that finished, and then places are opening back up, so
Hell
you can
yeah.
actually, there's actually places to play music again. So try to get that sucker finished, and then just get back on the road.
Yeah, really, the pandemic, forced us to focus a lot more on writing and getting our set tight.
Of course.
And we got the ball rolling on more recording and finishing up, kind of a new-ish sound to like version of
For
it.
sure, yeah. It's it sucked because with the pandemic not being able to play live as much as we have, whereas before like we'd be playing so much we wouldn't even practice. So now we've actually been practicing at least once a week.
It
most
was a
times
lot of
twice
time
a
to
week.
work. Yeah.
Wow.
And just getting some shit really dialed in and
Buy new equipment.
Yeah.
as well.
Right.
We've upgraded some things.
Got some new gear, and we've been able to kind of shape the sound a little bit. Colton's been with us now. What, about 3 years?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, I haven't been counting. But,
Yeah, it was right after the 10-year CMB thing. I saw you play with the Shipwreck Forever, and I was like, oh man, he's been playing the whole time.
Yeah,
We had just lost our drummer, and we've known Colton since he was in his high school band Shipwreck Forever, and my other band Chill Monkey Brains was having a 10-year show back in 2019, and they played a lot of shows back in the day, and then we put them on that bill, and I had just been like in Trial by Stone for a year at that point, and it's like, why not Colton? He's just beating the shit out of these drums.
You were in a band called Chilled Monkey Brains?
I am
They were
still.
awesome.
Still.
They're awesome.
Somebody
They're fucking great, man.
Yeah, they are.
just today mentioned Chilled Monkey Brains, and I don't think it was anyone in this
word.
room.
Like in a.
I think it was at work. I think it was.
It might have been at work.
I think it was at work. Sheldon.
Might have been.
I think it was a
In
buddy
like
of
a
ours at
musical
work.
capacity, or just like talking about Indiana Jones?
Yeah, right.
Talking about music.
Oh, word.
Yeah, no, we're talking about music. Yeah, yeah. I'm almost certain Sheldon at work mentioned Chilled Monkey Brains. And
Shout out Sheldon.
damn.
Nice.
Well, shout out Chill Monkey Brains. If you guys out there aren't familiar with that,
Yes.
go look that up right now, and
They're badass.
and you're welcome.
I mean, we're basically brother bands because
we're very
half of this band is in that band. Roth, our
Some might say
trumpet player, and
brothers,
actually
yeah,
Roth and
sisters.
Zach, our horn section, are also in that band still, and we're still doing that too. But same deal. Pandemic, writing, reconfiguring, seeing what's next. So the next year is going to be a bright horizon.
I wanted to ask. You said reconfiguring. You guys have been together in one form or another. You said for 17 years.
2005.
2005.
Wow.
How
God.
how often or have you had a song that you wrote back in 2005, 2007, whatever, and kind of shelved it for it to come back to life at another time?
That shit happens for sure.
Yeah.
And that's kind of this new recording, this new album we're doing. We've taken a couple older songs and got them off the shelf and
Right.
dusted them off
Exactly.
and
Rewritten them.
rewritten them now
Yeah,
with
exactly.
with Steve and Coltron adding. Oh yeah, we don't call him Colton, we call him Coltron.
Okay.
So,
I don't call myself that. So.
I was curious about that.
Because he's a series of animal-shaped robots combined into one fabulous drummer.
but yeah, for sure. And it's cool though because it's like, like I said, we've been doing this for 17 years now, and so
That's crazy.
like the first guys I was playing with, it was like the sound was like really like roots reggae. Drummer was really into roots too, but kind of had like kind of a hip hop feel. Changed drummers. Next drummer kind of has like a funk feel. Changed drummers again. Next drummer is starting to be into punk rock, which is my shit, which is what I grew up with.
Mhm.
And
Coming full circle,
and
really.
So being able to have the kind of the drums and bass kind of progress, it's definitely been a progression. It's been
roller
if
coaster.
you caught us in like 2007, we might sounded kind of funky. If you caught us like you catch
I
us,
think when I
you know.
started seeing you guys at shows is around then, like 2006, 2007, when I moved back to Tallahassee. And we got to know each other around then. Yeah.
We do have a couple comments. Don said they are so badass.
What's up, Don?
Hey, I'll take it.
Thank you, Don.
So that
Guilty
is
as charged.
for I believe the comment for Chilled Monkey Brains.
Oh,
I have to say,
it is. They are.
Also guilty as
Fair
charged.
enough. Thanks, Don.
So she said they are so badass. Monica says, yeah.
What's up, baby?
Hey.
And Dawn says, new Dub Vader.
Yes. Well, we've tweaked it a little bit. We throw a little picked up ska.
Yeah. We've definitely been
little solo
tweaking
section in
and
there.
fiddling with that song. That's one of those songs where it has such a like driving, like singular riff that you can really go a lot of ways with it, and we play with it a lot. We still
It's
just
been fun,
now
yeah.
haven't really decided, which way we want to, because it's already recorded, so we just screw with it every time we play it.
Well, she said new Dub Vader, but then she also said, or was it Mr. Baseline? LOL.
Mr. Baseline.
Definitely new Mr. Baseline.
Mr. Baseline was on our first album, and it was just like straight, just like roots reggae.
Mhm.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
And then we remixed it dancehall style, so now it's a dunk, 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 dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, like again, going back to what you're saying, like take an old song and maybe revamp it a little bit, you
Right.
know.
I've always thought it was really cool whenever you have this song that's been sitting around a while, you haven't played it in for fucking years, and then it comes back to life. And sometimes it's as it was, and other times you tweak shit here and there, and it takes on a whole new life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely true.
So if you guys could put together a music festival, what bands would you guys want to be on that slot with you?
Put
Yeah.
one together.
Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead, come
yes,
on.
please.
Y'all,
God, I
y'all
mean,
got
Dude, any bands, fucking
past, present.
Mono Chow. There's an Italian band called Talco,
Yes.
Talco, that I fucking love. That
I
seems
have
like
heard
nobody knows. They're just
of them. I've heard of them.
fast punk ska shit.
Yeah, they are.
Those guys for sure. Fishbone,
Yeah.
best band fucking ever.
I mean, like, am I listing my favorite bands or just all of the bands that okay. Chilled Monkey Brains, Trial by Stone, The Longest Haul,
Right? Just family.
and
right
then,
there.
I don't know, The Descendants, fucking Pennywise. There's a million bands. I mean, yeah.
Don says, what does Don say? Voodoo Glow Skulls?
Oh, Skulls for sure.
Yes.
Yes. Good choice,
I've
Seeing
gotten
Don.
to,
seeing
I've gotten to
Beast
play with
played
them
with
3
Voodoo
times
Glow
in my
Skulls,
musical
yeah.
career, and those are the coolest dudes. Like,
Eddie
when I
Casillas
was
is one of my favorite
14,
guitar
picking up
players.
guitar, I remember like listening to El Cucuy on the bus. Like me and my buddy would have like our CD, our little CD Walkman. We have one earbud
Right.
each, and like be just like and just like singing that chorus, and the bus monitor would be like, "Shut the fuck up back there!" It's just somebody's parent. That's how they did it. But we're just like. It's just
Does it look a little something like this?
yes,
Yes,
it certainly did.
I just killed Jay.
I feel like that's what I would look like now if I shaved.
I told you I wasn't going to do that on any live.
You can put that on me.
What about you, Coltron? What bands do you want to play with?
I mean,
Rancid.
to play with.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely
for
Rancid.
sure.
Definitely
yeah,
Rancid.
Yeah, for sure. Long
Metallica.
Songs, Brains, Trial by Stone. I mean, I listen to so many different bands and different genres and these things, so it's hard to kind of figure out, what you want to put on a festival or whatever. But with us, definitely like Pennywise, Propaganda, Rancid,
right. Real quick,
Streetlights,
I just remembered one.
Streetlight.
Well, Streetlight Manifesto. That's a good.
yeah.
One. Iron Maiden would be my like
Ooh,
dream,
yes.
like number one. Like even more than Descendants, honestly.
Yeah.
Like it'd be fucking Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
My bedroom is covered in Iron Maiden records.
Yeah, I feel like you guys are in like festivals.
I go to sleep to Eddie every night.
So genre, not keeping it genre specific. Are there any bands from other musical genres that you would want to throw in?
I mean,
For sure. I mean,
Like if you could have it any way you want.
Groundation.
Hey,
I mean,
We were talking about Groundation when I joined the band. I'd recently got into them. Just amazing reggae band.
Mhm. I was listening.
wait,
to
she
the
said
other day.
non-genre, really?
Non-genre.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God. But I don't know. I mean, we like a lot of genres. We mix it.
Well,
all
I mean,
in,
like,
You
think.
should.
So it's like festivals, like, so it's like during like the early sets and like during like the day and stuff like that, like bluegrass and stuff like that is dope
Yeah.
as fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when like you've been raging all night till the sun comes up, and then you get a couple hours of sleep, and you basically sleep till it's too fucking hot.
Yeah.
And then you have to get up, get a Bloody Mary, hair of the dog, or something. And I really like, while I'm like returning back to life, like some bluegrass and stuff like that.
There's a musicality to bluegrass that people just don't fucking understand.
Oh, it's basically jazz.
Yeah.
It's hillbilly jazz.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of those bands, like they can be technical, or they can just be something that's
Super
pretty
technical,
simple. Depends on kind of what you're what you're going for, and I think that
It's
they don't
doing a
get
lot
enough
with very little, I
recognition,
think.
Yeah.
Yes, doing a whole lot. With
Like you got a jug,
Yes.
you got a banjo, and like some sort of like a wash tub bass or something,
right?
And then you do as much as you can with it.
Yeah.
But to answer your question about like setting like out, like in or out of genre, I think that really the thing for me that always has been amazing about playing shows, especially like big shows, is learning about the band I didn't know about.
For sure.
And finding out, like, because that's really the thing. Like, I'm sure I could cherry pick a million musicians that I would love to see, but I'll pay to see them, whatever. Like, what I love about playing shows is you never know these bands that just show up and it's like, holy shit, you're amazing. You just changed my life. And that's really my answer to that.
That's
the unknown.
Answer.
The unknown is the band that I'm
Holy
always
shit.
looking for.
Yeah,
you know?
for
and
sure.
always trying to be like, I mean, not trying to be unknown, but
Right.
trying to have that effect on other people.
Well, that's
That's
awesome
cool.
too. Is like you're at a festival and it's like you got your tentative itinerary. We're going to be here. We're going to catch these guys here, and then it's the holy shit. Who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go see these guys.
That happened at
You
Welcome
just
to
got earwigs,
Rockville. Yeah, we had the Twitch stage where a lot of Florida bands were playing the Twitch stage, and I remember just kind of passing through to go see, Tala or something. We were walking through, and I'm like, wait, hang on, who are these? And I sat and would watch a set because I'm like, dude, like I really like these guys.
Yeah.
So that was I totally understand.
That's
that
my
part.
favorite thing
Oh,
about shows and festivals is just discovery.
Yep, I actually, funny story, Chilled Monkey Brains. I can't remember where I saw you guys play at, but I was in passing and heard you guys start your set, and I stopped and went, who are these guys? And then I saw the name, and I went, wait a minute, what? And then I kind of, that's what brought me to going, oh, man, I love these guys. So that's how I found out about Chilled Monkey. I was just literally walking by and heard you guys. Samantha said that gets Jade every time. LOL. Damn, Jeff and that sound that he does with that guy, I swear, he breaks me every time. It's like I die of laughter every time. We also have, Monica says Taylor Swift would be a pick.
Oh yeah, sure. I would definitely be interested to play with that too.
I'll tell you who'd love to do that. Tyler Fatkin. That's who would love to do that. He's obsessed.
I think Taylor Swift is fucking awesome. It's unfortunate that what's happening with like her, like I guess her producer or whatever it was that was going on.
Say what now?
Yeah, there's a lot of like a legal battle and stuff like that. Financial kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
So the starting contract is starting to come to roost, basically.
Yeah, I'm not
as
really
you
sure if,
read
like,
in every
the
rock. I love rock
intricacies,
biographies, and I'm sure.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the same
definitely
shit.
something. Something fallout and everything. And that's really unfortunate.
Mhm.
She's really talented. So.
Oh, people always get fucked with their first contract.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing?
So.
It's like an unwritten rule. That's like producers.
But
have
it's
amongst
very
themselves.
written.
It is. That's true.
That's the problem.
That's true. It really is. That's
maybe we should start a thing like a charity or something to teach musicians how to read.
Hey.
Right.
Or how to call a lawyer.
Right.
You know?
I hear they can read.
I think that's the whole job.
I've only paid them.
Reading and writing, yeah.
They just showed up for me on my behalf. But
That's some idiocracy shit. That movie, Idiocracy?
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy.
Thank you. Fuck. Yep.
Only more relevant every year.
Yes.
That movie.
It really fucking is.
It started as this like outlandish farce, and then 20 years later? Has it been 20 years? It's just about. It's about as old as Trial by Stone.
I actually saw it for the very first time. a
I'm
few
not
months ago.
sure.
Yeah, it's a good one. So I mean, yeah,
It's somewhere in the
I got
aughts.
that.
Somewhere in the aughts. But yeah, that was like this farcical but kind of, relevant rant. And then
Yes.
come
Actually, I want-
2022, and we're just like, yeah, That's the world, dude.
I'll take President Camacho.
That's,
He looked like a lot of fun.
Terry
Yeah,
Crews'
right.
character.
He ain't sleepy.
Dude,
I'll tell you that.
How badass is Terry Crews? I mean, so
Yes,
awesome.
I love Terry Crews.
So, while we're on that topic, if you guys could be chosen for any type of movie franchise to write, a soundtrack for, what would you choose?
A soundtrack for it.
Yeah.
That is a great question. I'm going to think about that while somebody else answers out loud. Immediately go.
I don't know. There is a new Highlander coming out.
Oh!
And you had always talked about that Queen song.
Dude, yeah. I mean, Queen did the soundtrack for Highlander, and it was kind of better than the movie, honestly. Like, think about if you watched that movie and it had some dickhead on a synth versus Queen.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
their what? We are the masters of the universe.
Oh, yeah, I'm immortal.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a fun one. I don't know how Trial by Stone that is, but I would certainly like to try.
Dude, that was like my favorite show, like growing up in like middle school, and like
Oh, right,
in
the
like
show
middle
was
school,
good.
you have like your girlfriend or whatever. You like
Yeah.
talk on the phone with. You like see her all day in class. You don't talk to her, and you like talk on the phone with her.
You'd have
And,
the TV like down while you're doing it.
But she knew at like fucking 10 o'clock, gotta go. Highlanders
Gotta go.
coming
Highlanders on.
every night.
And it was Duncan
Yeah.
McLeod instead of,
Yeah, no,
or
the
was it
ser-
Malcolm? Like
No,
what was
Duncan's
it?
in the series. Connor's in the movie.
Connor's. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think they're making a new one. I think they're rebooting.
They
the
are.
show.
Dude from that Superman that did Witcher is gonna be.
Yeah, he
gonna
is.
be Connor.
Yeah.
Henry
Henry Cavill.
Henry-
Cavill, yes.
You know what? Not a really big fan of the Man of Steel movies,
Me neither.
but The Witcher is fucking awesome,
Yes,
and
it
he is absolutely good.
Henry Cavill's
He's
great.
so fucking
Superman has always been a troubled franchise, but I won't get into that. It's always difficult to do
100%.
Superman
DC.
to where anybody can relate
There you
to
go.
it. Not even just DC, because Batman works.
Yeah, for
It's just
Eh.
Superman doesn't really work.
Eh,
Henry Cavill did the best he could with it.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that yeah.
And The Witcher's amazing. So I actually, now that I know that, I really want to see him as
right.
So
Abe
is that
McLeod.
your pick?
I suppose it is.
Right.
We've talked enough about it that I think that's where yeah,
That's your pick?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
What about you
for
guys?
What about you, man?
I don't know, man. I mean, we do have Dub Vader, so I feel like, kind of put a cool spin on the Star Wars franchise.
There you go.
Yes!
Look at this guy. I knew we brought this guy for a
Oh,
reason.
the old
Yeah.
I was hoping
I
someone
mean,
was
I think
going
we
to say
could,
that.
throw a cool spin on the soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah.
Would like to play in the prequels as well. Maybe like go over some of the PG Anakin.
Ooh.
You know they're bringing Hayden Christensen back.
They
He's gonna be an
are.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and
I heard
Obi-Wan
about
thing.
that.
I did. I knew that, of course. What's his name? That played Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
But when I heard that Hayden Christensen,
Played
I was
Mr.
like,
Fuckface
everybody
in the,
hates him, and he's
Oh,
been.
God, yeah.
No.
yeah.
Hopefully, we get some redemption.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Master
I don't know.
Skywalker.
maybe
Yeah.
season 2 we can horn in on some, Dub Vader like.
Oh, yeah, dude. That'd be kind of
Foreshadowing.
because like the Mandalorian's supposed to be some kind of like Western sort of like kind of feel. I feel like
Yeah.
A little
playing
bit.
some
Spaghetti Western.
playing some
yeah.
fucking Dub Vader
Oh, totally.
bass.
Yeah.
Bass up
Absolutely.
underneath the
Absolutely.
Especially the new episode. Yeah.
that'd be kinda-
Absolutely, the
No, fuck that.
Mandalorian.
Let me get
is Clint
fucking
Eastwood,
John
Mandalorian.
Favreau and Dave Filoni on the phone and do the soundtrack for when Ahsoka comes out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, that was
All right.
the peak of. I think that was my favorite episode of The Mandalorian, was when she did that whole stuff.
That shit gave me goosebumps when she's like
Oh.
fading
Yeah.
into the mist and
It
shit.
was, the,
Yeah.
it was the best moment.
With her
I didn't
white
give a shit about
lightsabers.
anything else.
Yeah.
Just, God, and then disappears.
Spaghetti Western movies.
Yeah, we'll figure out some kind of voodoo.
Yeah.
Voodoo, voodoo, boop.
Yeah, we'll go hit up John
in
Favreau
between
tomorrow.
trees. Yeah. Okay. I think we just read a new way into
You heard it here
Yeah,
first,
yeah,
folks. You heard it here
Got
first.
it.
There you go.
Hey Disney, if you're listening, we're
Also,
we're
don't-
available.
Also, don't sue us for the logo.
Also, don't sue us. Period.
Fucking hurt here again.
So, on that topic, since y'all practically almost wrote a song, what is your writing process like?
It
Is it like that?
well, kind of,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Hanging out.
So it started with Stephen Coltron, joining. Steve's been.
I joined in
You about-
2018.
about
Colton joined in
5 years,
2019.
4 years.
Yeah, I joined
Like
late 2018. He joined late 2019.
So it started off as like, okay, guys, like learn 30 songs.
Yeah,
You
we
know.
came into a well-established band.
And then like now it's cool because we've kind of just recently gotten to the point where it's like now we're bouncing off each other and like
Right.
doing shit like that. And sometimes like I'll have some lyrics. And it's like, hey, I got these lyrics. Sometimes I'll have a lick, or sometimes we'll be in practice fucking around. It's like, oh, dude, what were you just doing right there?
Yeah.
You know, so you can't pigeon. Like, one thing I've learned, I've been doing this long enough to know that you can't like pigeonhole yourself into one specific. This is how I write songs,
Right.
because you'll miss the majority of the cool shit out there. That it's like, oh,
The biggest thing with
Yeah.
ensemble writing is exactly that that I've learned is like don't come with a fully like fleshed out idea. Just kind of have some things that you start bouncing off, because it like if you come in to and some bands do it, you know, to moderate success. That's not how I do it. That's not how I like to do it. I like to come in with just a couple of things that I think are cool, and then everybody like fleshes it out together. You know, because if you have this full thing, like you might get a little too attached to it,
Right.
and then you might be a little too like, hey, no, it has to be this because I made it and I'm owning this, and that's not being in a band,
Right.
you know.
Right.
and
Yeah, ego investment will kill a song quick.
Exactly.
For
You have to
sure,
have
yeah,
no
you know,
ego. You
yeah,
have
you
to be
know.
willing to be like, okay, like your idea is better, because most of the time it is, and that's why I've always liked to just kind of have a couple like two riffs that vibe enough together, maybe a melody bouncing around with that, you know, and then just let everybody kind of play with it, and we just see what happens. It may take. I mean, songwriting takes so fucking long, dude.
yeah,
You know, sometimes it takes 10 years to get the version, and then you change it, you know, and 10 years later you get another version, you know?
right.
Yeah,
It's just-
I used to bring in a bass riff or something. I'd tell the drummer, hey, man, play something to this. And I'd play it, and he'd play something. And I'm like, hold on, never mind. I'm going to change it. I'm going to do this now.
Right.
This is how it's going to change.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, your whole
guitar player
structure.
come in and do something and be like, all right, hold on, I want to do this. Can you, you know, double up on a hi-hat real quick at this point? And then it just evolves.
Totally. I mean, it's an evolutionary process for sure.
This is exactly why I love conversations like this, because I'm the exact opposite of that. I am the guy.
You're the singer-songwriter. You want the control of
Well,
of the thing.
I was the songwriter. I was, I guess, the songwriter of the band, and I would hole up in the practice space by myself, nobody else watching, nobody else paying attention, and I would come up with whole songs, but I would not bring them to the band until it was done.
Right.
Now, I was always open to interpretation, play this chord a little bit longer or tweak this here and there, but for the most
tweaks
part,
instead of
I was
rewrites,
always open. Now, and alternatively, if they say, you know what, I don't like it, cool, no problem. It's not, because we are still a band, and I'm not a fucking dictator.
Well, and my point is not that it's one or the other is more valid.
Right, and that's my point. That's
really
why I
just
love
like
having
some bands do
conversations
it
like this.
your way, some bands do it my way. You know, I mean, it's just the way it goes.
And so long as it works, you know, that's like the main thing.
As long as it works for the whole band, exactly.
Now, Rob, I have a question.
Please.
Was anybody else in this band?
Yes.
Just checking.
You scamp. You scamp. How dare you?
Do you have the laser effect?
There was.
I don't have any lasers.
For the record,
For the record,
the
I know.
Off the Record podcast, there were three other guys. There was a vocalist, bassist, drummer, and myself playing guitar. So yes, no, I was not the only person in the band. Thank you very fucking much.
Well, it also depends on like, you know, the guys you're playing with.
100%.
Sometimes you might be the only person that really has like this kind of like drive, and you have some people that, you know, are more just like there to kind of hang out and there for the fun, you know.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing. Actually,
Sometimes that's why that approach works.
Yeah.
You know, we're fortunate in our current configuration of band where everybody's really invested in every step of the process.
Yep.
You know, and I think that's why our particular type of songwriting is working now. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That makes sense.
And at the same time, looking back, I kind of wish I had that. You know, like I wish I would have brought in another guitar player, for example, to kind of bounce.
Totally.
I'm a very open, creatively individual, and I love hearing other people's feedback. And the feedback that I was getting at the time was, either it sucks or it's great, or maybe do this or that, and that was it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, these things, you can't really plan for them.
Yeah.
It's just kind of who you meet,
Yeah.
how you get a feel for how they play, what their, inspiration and everything is. And then you just, the process is what it is. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also too, what has kind of happened too is like I was like talking about like dumping like 30 songs on these guys. But it's also I've always tried to been like, don't play it note for note how it was played before.
Play how you
play it
play.
how you're gonna fucking
Absolutely.
play.
Yeah.
And especially the way this guy plays drums. It's
Except for when I joined, you did say what you're saying, but when I joined this band, I was a pick bass player, exclusively, because I'm a guitarist normally. And Buck was like, "Well, we're a reggae band, bro. You got to play with your fucking fingers." And I was like, "Well, I guess I got to learn, And that's what was cool about this for me is it was a challenge to like break out of my comfort zone because I knew I could play the shit out of some bass with a pick, but it's not going to sound like reggae.
Right.
It's going to sound like punk rock, like at a slower tempo,
Right.
So
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
but it took some time and eventually figured it out, and I'm still figuring it out. But
that's been like a really important thing in this band for me too. Is like I kind of get to contribute my style of playing, and then I've actually learned a lot from playing this band too, different styles of playing, and actually have found more things that I like, better ways of doing things that I now really enjoy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I've seen you. You're a beast on drums.
Thanks.
Yeah, isn't he?
Yeah.
Really is.
he beats the
He
shit
is.
out of them things.
Yeah, he does.
We gotta get this guy.
And
And
sometimes at the right
stick
time.
sponsorship. What do you like 20 sticks last show?
Yeah.
What?
Dude, he hits the shit out of his drums.
Oh,
I love it.
yeah. You better get that stick sponsorship. Bro.
Yeah, our last show,
expensive.
there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
dude in the audience like taping his drumsticks back
Yeah.
together.
There's
Oh, I love that when
shit.
somebody's just like, "Here, I'm helping,"
it's good.
and they're actually
Stage
helpful.
is like
It's amazing.
covered in just like drumstick debris.
Oh yeah, we had brought a roll of tape for kind of for that purpose.
Oh,
And-
shit.
Duct tape fixes everything. I mean,
For
Don't go anywhere
multi-purpose,
without
what
duct
duct
tape.
tape's for?
Yeah.
If you can't fix it, duck it. If you can't duck it, fuck it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't even have to stop playing. The first
wait, what?
You never heard of that?
I didn't.
No,
we
no,
hear
no,
that again?
nor I.
If you can't fix it, if you can't fix it, duck it. If you can't duck it, fuck it.
Yep. Fucking
I
Says
can't
it
believe
all.
y'all never heard of that before.
That's fucking great.
So
Dude, my
on-
fiance's mom every now and then says, "Well, fuck a duck," and every time she does, it's like the highlight of my day.
That's
it just
hilarious.
makes me fucking laugh.
That's hilarious. My great grandmother, very Southern Christian type woman, and every so often she would get so pissed off. She just, she's 4'10", all of like 90 pounds soaking wet, and she'd like stick her bony little finger like this in your face, and you're just like, well, okay, then. Excuse the hell out of me. Shit. Okay, so you were just talking about stick sponsorship. So what type of gear do you guys run? Who's your go-to?
I mean, like, I love my Music Man bass. I'm a short scale bass player.
I love your music
Okay.
man bass.
I only recently got it. I've kind of been, because I'm primarily a guitarist. So, I mean, I've played bass in bands before, but this is the first bass where I feel like it had the kind of well-rounded versatility to where I can finger play and have like a rich reggae tone, and then turn a knob, pick up the pick real fast mid-song, and then
Right.
have that that growly Music Man punk rock tone.
Okay.
As far as my amp configuration, I mean, I'm running a Hartkey 1500 through Ampeg 410 and a Galen Kruger 15, but that's all kind of modifiable. Like the speakers are, you get good speakers, but having a 15 and 410s, well, it's really like we've got an 810 that Buck always makes me drag around.
Like, dude, why don't you play through the 810
When you're playing the
tonight?
smaller shows, like I remember we were playing 926 a while back, a couple months back, and I dragged the goddamn 810s, the 15, and I'm just like kaboom, fucking sound man.
So,
And the sound guy's like, I'm not gonna mic you,
We're,
and can you turn down?
we're talking about a speaker containing 8, 10
Is it-
each.
Yeah,
Right,
Or
right.
cabinet.
Just
Ampeg?
to
A
clarify.
cabinet.
And
Containing
yeah, it's the
8
same one I got.
speakers.
163 pounds. We called it the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, that
It weighs as much as I do.
Yeah.
And I can barely move it, And Buck's like, yeah, let's take it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Dude, that's
Can we put
the
it in your car?
that's the best. Like you hear about like your buddies who get like absolute steals on music gear. Like that's the one for me, man. Like this church had 2 of those.
What?
Yeah.
And like they were just like, well, we don't need two.
Who
of these.
runs two of those?
Yeah, right. And so like I got that thing super cheap. I just had to go pick it
I would
up.
love to run two
I was
of
like-
those. If somebody
Like,
else
it was
is
one of
good
those things that's like it's
Right?
too good to be true. I'm going to get there and like all the speakers will be blowing or something like that. So I took an amp with me to like play through it. And
Yeah.
she's like, wait, really?
at it. Oh,
It's fucking like brand new too when I
Yeah.
got it. It's like, okay, well,
it's all pristine at
Here,
the church because it's not like
there's a couple
it's
hundred
not
bucks.
like hitting the
Bye.
road tour and get banged up and beer
Beer
spilled in and
down.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's just
Exactly.
sitting in the church and they come in and they,
Get a little Jesus on it.
nothing like that tax free money to
Dude,
keep
for a
the gear
second it was
real nice.
Hmm.
Holy fuck, you got two 810 cabs for like
Yeah.
your church band?
All you're
I
hearing.
kind of want to hear this. What's the guitar setup? You got like three fucking like
I
double
know,
stacks
right?
or something?
Yeah.
A bunch of Marshall stacks.
Right.
It's like four 12s.
Flying V stapled.
You got
to the wall.
16 12s just in dual.
Is this a Slayer concert?
Yeah, I know, right?
This is metal church.
I love how with Slayer though, like they toured with all of those Marshall cabinets,
Mhm.
And only one of them.
only one. It's like
Yep.
one speaker. They were like they were actually using, and they just mic that one speaker,
Yep,
and then
that
they're
one
all
speaker.
empty.
Yeah.
It's just this wall of
the W
basically
cabs.
a Marshall endorsement.
Dude,
Yeah.
they weren't fucking carrying that shit. So
No,
why
no,
not?
no, exactly. That's these semis just.
Hey,
Yeah, the roadies
Hey.
were like, hell yeah, empty? Fuck yeah, I'll carry it.
yeah, they're like, this is
I-
light as fuck, and I got healthcare.
Personally, like I get the like the grandiose experience of seeing this wall of amps, even though really it's a farce. But as a band member, I would be like, is this my money paying for this, or who's paying for this? Because I'd be like, no, fuck that. Let's just put a little pig nose on the stage, it's a tiny amp, and just we could put a sheet down. And we won't have to have three semis to perpetuate the illusion.
There you go.
Buck, what are your
Oh.
what's your gear?
So for a long time, I was all about Les Pauls, and then I went back to Stratocasters, like Fender, Gibson, and just recently, I have discovered my favorite guitar, and
It's about that color too.
fucking PRS, man.
Really?
PRS
Oh.
C24
Ooh.
semi-hollow body.
Yeah,
It's literally the best parts of both guitars.
Mm.
It doesn't hurt my fucking back like a Les Paul does. It's light like a Stratocaster, but humbuckers like a fucking Gibson. It's got the semi-hollow body, so just
The resonance of the
just
ES335.
sustain
Yeah.
for days.
Yeah.
I love semi-hollow body guitars. 335s, one of my favorite.
You played
guitars.
that? Well, it was 175.
I
I
had-
played for a few years.
137.
137.
I maxed out my credit card on that 137, and with one purchase, and then that fucking,
Worth it.
and it got stolen.
No.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Dude, oh my
Ugh.
god! Like
What?
that monthly credit card payment, like on a guitar that's stolen. I'm
Oh,
just like,
damn. That broke my heart.
but
What heart I did have. It's broken.
I've been playing Mesa Boogie amps for a long
Nice.
time, which
Ooh.
are the shit.
yes.
But fucking like Mesas are so fucking finicky, man. Like
Mhm.
it's like she'll be the greatest sounding amp ever, and then the next time, like don't touch a knob, fucking
Yep.
plug her in, and she's a total bitch. And
Oh.
she's like, "Oh, you got to get me to a certain volume before I'm gonna have fucking tone." And the sound guy's like, "Turn the fuck down." It's like, "No, dude, I gotta get her up to like 6 before."
Oh, and it's like
So-
servicing a Jaguar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got
Oh,
a million
God.
fucking parts that it doesn't need,
Mhm.
and you have to go like 200 miles to find somebody who's
For
like
sure, yeah.
licensed to work on it.
Mhm.
But I just picked up a EVH 5150. It's only 50 watts. I can get her super crunchy without super loud, and I'm pretty sad. Dude, I
Yeah,
love my
dude,
triple
that
rack,
little
but
EVH, it's
that
like this big,
is
and it's as big a tone as that triple rec for sure.
it's fantastic. Yeah, without you can get it. You can get the tone without the volume, which
And you don't have
which
to
sound
worry
guys
about
like.
dropping it like
So-
a box of light bulbs
Right.
as much.
Your Mesa, I'm assuming, is solid state. What about the EVH?
No, that's all. It's a fucking tube,
Oh,
150
it's
watt
tubes?
tube.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
And the EVH is also tubes?
Yeah, it's only 50 watt tube though,
Yeah.
so it's nice. Like it's
It's got that warmth.
it's got enough
Yeah.
without being too loud.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
I've always been a fan of 50 watts. You know, you can push them, and if you're in a place that needs more volume, you're going to have a sound guy to mic it.
Yep.
Right.
You know, so 50 watts is enough for the rooms that you're not mic'd, and you get the right tone for the rooms you are.
Yep.
Everything over that, it's kind of overkill in my opinion.
And I'm playing through a 412 cab too, so I mean,
Okay.
the volume is definitely there. I mean that amp can get loud as fuck.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, it's only 50 watts. It can't get that loud.
No, they get loud
They
as
get
shit.
fucking
Yeah, I
loud
mean,
as shit.
50 watts,
Yeah.
like,
It's not a shitty 50 watts.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like I've always loved 5150s too. My guitar player when I was in my punk band in high school fucking had a PV 5150. It's just like there's nothing wrong with it. It's a great amp.
Which is really what that that is.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the more like it's technologically advanced version of the 5150s. It's smaller.
I do love that it has the send and return. I can patch a Holy Grail reverb pedal into. So and then the foot switch has a reverb option as well. So you don't just always have reverb on channel A or channel B. You can sometimes I want reverb on my clean channel. Sometimes I don't. Most of the time I don't want reverb on my dirty channel.
Yes.
But like if you're soloing, a little reverb
Yep.
on your lead channel goes really nice. So I'm every day I'm falling more in love with that 50.
Well, especially that PRS through that head. It's just been a level up.
Nice.
It's been a level up.
What about you? What's your kit? What's your go-to?
Yeah, I just play a 4-piece Tama kit. I got 22-inch kick drum shell. I got 14-inch snare, 12-inch tom, 16-inch floor tom. I just have like a 16-inch crash, and a 22-inch ride. So,
Nice.
Double bass for days too.
Yeah, it's got a double kick pedal.
No.
So does 90% of your
China
money
side.
go to the sticks?
I'd say more like 80 because the other 20% goes to the heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they definitely take a beating. Yeah.
Oh, dude, those heads! I
Oh.
remember like early practices seeing just like it looked like fists,
Oh,
just like
shit.
dented
He's the only
It looked
drummer
like
I've
he'd been
seen
punching
kick a
them
hole in
into
his
the-
kick drum too.
What?
multiple times.
Yeah.
Multiple
He plays
times.
that hard, yeah.
Holy shit! Like I knew you hit hard. I knew you played hard. I didn't realize it was that.
Oh,
hard.
he's
Oh, yeah,
beating
make
shit out
sure
of his head.
everybody can hear me.
The fucking
It's a microphone for it,
Good
but yeah, okay.
response.
The one
Hell
guy
yeah.
that has no problem being heard. No one
Oh,
makes sure I can be heard.
Hell
No,
yeah!
we always have to fight to try and get that bit of space back from just sheer violence.
That's badass.
just another reason why the duct tape is duct tape.
Crucial, yeah.
Well, fuck.
You don't always have an extra head or the time to replace it, so put some duct tape on
Just
there.
put some tussin on it.
Well, I don't have any other questions. What about you, Rob?
I do. Any favorite venues? And part two of that question, any venues that you do not like playing in? If you dare answer that question.
I mean, it's a little early to tell now, because it's been so long with venues. I mean, the Wilbury was my favorite venue to play, and I played a lot of my favorite shows at the Wilbury pre-pandemic.
Yep.
And then they stopped having shows, so now like I have no reason to go to the Wilbury. I'm like pissed at them because it was really fun.
Hell yeah.
But I get it. They they've got the college crowd. I guess these fucking kids don't want to see music. Whatever. So now it's kind of the Wild West in town, I think. I mean, like I love playing 926. I love playing the Bark. I love playing Fifth and Thomas. That was our, or I guess now it's not Fifth and Thomas.
Fire Betty's.
Fire Betty's. I mean, it's all new now.
Yeah.
So I can't really say that any of them are great or suck yet. It's just like, who's having shows? You're great. Let's do it.
Yep.
Is my opinion.
Okay. That makes sense.
The Warrior. I mean, that's one of the few that has like kind of stood the test.
Yes.
And we had a great show there. God, it must have been 6 months ago now. And so I can't wait to have that barbecue
How
show.
did I miss that?
How
did I miss you guys playing that?
Only you can answer that, my friend.
I was a whole different person back then.
Yeah.
So that did make me have another question for you guys. What is your best concert experience, either attending or playing, either or, the best time you've ever had?
I mean, for
Mine-
me, it's every time. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was going to say, I think the one that makes me laugh the most, I was probably 17, went to a local punk show, and I got duct taped to a wall.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, it
That was
was.
a standout.
But that was like the best because, I mean, hell, I had the best seat in the house. Shit.
I had a friend tell me today at work, like a few hours ago, because he came to the show on Friday, Tony. He came and he said, though, like, you're your true self when you're doing that. I see that.
Yes.
And I was like, bro, like, you're right. Like, it's really just playing. I don't really care. I mean, like, I hope that everybody else is feeling the same way I am, but if I'm doing it, if I'm there playing it, then it is the best show I've ever played because it's happening now.
Great answer.
You know,
Being on stage is a fucking drug, man.
Right?
it's my drug choice.
Yeah.
That's what fucking keeps us sane through, like, you know, just the monotony and stupidity of everyday fucking real life. It's like,
Oh yeah.
playing live music with my brothers, you know.
Well, having regular
like,
practice
hanging out with these guys. We also fucking play D&D together. I mean,
We did start that right when the pandemic started. We had this like regular practice regimen where we were like working on the songs and everything, and then we're like, you know, like we're gonna have this tangential D&D campaign.
Yeah.
And they've both grown kind of in their own in the same like volume, I would say.
That's awesome.
Getting to play music with people you actually can stand being in the same room with
Absolutely.
is awesome.
Yeah.
I feel bad for other people. Like, I know that, like, they have great bands, but they can't stand being in the fucking room with each other.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not us. We fucking.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I get that. So, last but not least, Barbecue, March 12th. You guys are going to play Barbecue. So, for all of you who are watching, I can't see if there we go. Nope, nothing yet. So, Barbecue, March 12th. Make sure everybody get your ass out there. It's a free show, y'all. I mean, come on. And you get to see these guys?
Hell
Come
yeah.
on.
And
Like,
you guys have worked with Sour before.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
Dude, me and Sour. So, I'm going to go ahead and embarrass him on this one. Me and Sour played high school soccer together.
Oh no shit! I didn't know that.
We go back.
oh, wow.
And I'm a couple years older than Sour, so we didn't haze him, but we fucked with him a little bit. You know? And
We didn't hate
and
So you hazed him.
so and one thing that, like, so Sour to me is always sour balls, because you know we're playing soccer, for the most part, like, the school has, balls and stuff like that, equipment and stuff like that. But, you when you have like a nice ball or something like that, you bring that too. And of course, he wrote his name on his ball. Sour. So all through high school, he was sour balls. So
That's hilarious.
Jason's a fucking awesome guy. Like,
Yeah,
he actually managed us for a little bit. He's a cool fucking guy. Like, he's a great guy. I can't say enough about him.
Yeah, he really is.
He gives a shit. Like,
Yeah.
every
He
year.
does.
Isn't that so important? Just
he-
give a
he-
fuck
he-
and
That part.
show up. Give a fucking show
Right.
up. I mean, that's it.
He tries to build the scene. I mean, he's
And he-
fucking like big time Budweiser
Yeah.
now and shit, but like he still gives a fuck about the Tallahassee music scene. And,
Yeah.
And if more
You
people
know?
would just give a shit, this scene would just be, it would blow up because
Right.
there's so much talent here that a lot of people just don't know about. So if you just bring your ass to a damn show
Mhm.
and just listen and watch, and I swear to you, you're going to be like, when's the next one? You're
Yeah.
going to get addicted to that.
Absolutely.
You're going to get addicted to going to shows and the camaraderie, especially if you go and you see how the music community really is. You're going to be addicted and you're going to want to go to every single live show if you just get off your lazy ass and go to a fucking show.
Well, that's the way it was in Central Florida where I grew up. I grew up in like the Lakeland area,
Mm-hmm.
and so you would see the same people in Orlando. You'd see the same people in Daytona Beach. You see the
Right.
same people in St. Pete.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And that shit was great. That was like, mid-late 90s. And Tallahassee did have a fucking dope music scene for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And the EDM scene kind of came through.
Yeah.
2011 is really where I started to see that kind of that it turned into more of a wave, you know.
Right.
But it's certainly diminished over the years.
But even if you don't know about, like, there's so many good bands in Tallahassee, and it's just finding out, like,
Exactly.
Well, I think that too, like with shows and things like kind of music scene falling apart, is that I think a lot of people just want to be assholes and want to be dicks to everybody. I think that we obviously need to build community. That's pretty much
that's a good point.
Really,
Yeah.
it's everything. But don't be a dick. Don't be an asshole.
Be cool, man.
Because then people are not going to want to hang out with you.
Absolutely.
being exclusive isn't cool. It's
it's
being
not.
inclusive.
Yeah.
you know?
Very, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
totally
agree.
true.
What's that?
I think that's the only way you're going to
The fucking
Never feel like you have too many friends. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, just be open and fucking be happy you're there.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking about that to somebody the other day, that it used to be divided pretty much right down Tennessee Street. You had North Tennessee bands that always played at Floyd's, and then you had South Tennessee bands that always played on Gaines. And I don't know how many other guys, but I was one of the rare few that, I went from Death Defy to, White Trash Messiahs, back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Furman. Oh, I love
yeah.
those guys.
Yeah, little stretching bullnecks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I had friends on both sides.
Yeah.
And it was way better than just being stuck in a little tiny box.
And that was the scene when I moved here. Yeah, it was just like that. Just a bunch of really supportive bands of a lot of genres that were, closely related or not related at all. But everybody was still kind of like, hey, this is, the same thing we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And very supportive. I guess that's why I got bit early on and kept doing it.
Yeah, just
Right.
and that's one of the things I love about these barbecues, because have you guys done one? Yeah.
We haven't. I've been to a couple. We haven't played one.
Yeah, I've been to all 10, and it keeps getting better and better and crazier and crazier.
Hell yeah.
I'm so fucking
Yeah.
stoked you guys are on it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Me too.
Dude, Sour knows what the fuck he's doing for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't seen you guys play in 11 years. I mean, it wasn't even the same lineup, so I'm really fucking stoked for this show.
Yeah.
And so,
We're gonna bring it.
And that day,
We have
I
to.
get out of
Oh,
work
100%.
at 5, so I'll be there by 5:30. So you guys cannot play before 5:30.
Well, tell Sour.
Hey,
Sour.
that's what I was gonna say.
Fucking Sour.
I don't have any control over that.
5:30,
And saying, hey,
It's not even up to even us.
Or I got to
Jeremy
quit
said
my
we can't
job and file for child support.
Yeah.
Right. That is a tough decision, but a worthwhile one.
Yeah, you got that one
think
little
so.
long-haired dude out in the crowd kissing everybody out.
We'll do our best to keep you from having to quit your job and file for child support.
I appreciate it.
I got to give it up for.
Now that that's our responsibility.
I got to give it up to Godwin because
Yes.
the Warrior, like he is invested in that place, and it's turning into a fucking dope ass venue.
Yeah,
It really is.
Yeah, it is. He's put a lot of work into that for sure. Yeah, so huge shout out to Chris for that.
That space has been through a lot.
Right?
Yes, it
Holy
has.
shit!
Iterations over the 100 years.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Almost. It's like 80 years
Yeah.
since that building was built.
Yeah, he's doing an awesome job. So again, Barbecue, I'm gonna keep on saying it because I had better see every single one of you guys at the Barbecue supporting these guys, supporting other 13 bands, 14 including them, that's going to be playing the show. So it's a free show, y'all, and there's a Kill the Keg. Like, come on, there is no excuse to not go and have fun and be a part of a great event and hear some awesome fucking music.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
make
yeah.
sure.
Come say what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And make sure you guys go follow Trial by Stone. They're on Facebook. I have tagged them in our stuff that we have been posting about them on Facebook. Go click, give them a like, listen to their music, show them some love, all the love, because just trust me, you want to do that.
We like love.
And stick around because we have another announcement to make. We will be going live on Wednesday again.
Yep.
And keeping up with the trend, I am actually going to. Can I show it? I don't think I can show it. All right, I won't show it. So next Wednesday, the 23rd, we actually have Romexis coming in.
Right.
And they will be on the podcast, another band that is on the Barbecue. So make sure you guys tune in. You're watching. Make sure you show them some love, and we will keep you guys updated. You guys have anything else?
I think
Jeremy?
I'm good. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you guys so
Thanks
much
for having us.
This
And
is a lot of fun. Thank you.
I will speak for the whole band. We love you all.
Aw.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
All of you and all of you. I don't know which camera I'm pointing at, but yes. Whoever's watching, I
All
love
of
you.
them.
I gotta
fucking
get one of
love
them
you.
little
Bob.
light things on it or something. There you go. That's your camera right there.
I fucking love you. Yeah, come out. Let's have fun. Let's fucking party. You know, I mean, that's the whole point. You know, let's have a good time.
Be
Oh, yeah.
kind to one another.
Yeah.
Spread the love.
Be
Yes.
excellent.
You fucking hippie.
Is it one another or is it each other? Be excellent
To each
To
other.
each other.
Yeah.
It's each other. All right, guys. Thanks, Trial by Stone. Give them a like. Love them. Come see them
Yay.
March 12th, Warrior on the River. And yeah, we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Cheers, guys. Thank you
Thanks
so
again
much.
for having us.
Yeah.